Hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, we got some big news today. I just did the reading on Jessica Mulroney has presented some kind of evidence in her divorce proceedings that Ben and Meghan were having penetrating, I can't even say it, conversations. Whatever that means, you'd use your own imagination. And then we hear that Meghan and Harry's long-time advisor, so it's somebody who lasts more than 6 months, James Holt, is stepping down from his role at Archewell. What's going on there? And as we've read, there's lots of tomfoolery going around Archewell. They've closed it down. They've started a more private corporate Archewell company, so they don't have to publicly declare the money that they're making or losing or where they're spending it. It's a private corporation. Let's find out what's going on. Was it money? Can they no longer afford to pay him because the charity is closed? It's bankrupt. They spent more than they brought in. So was it a money thing? Did his check bounce? His Christmas bonus bounce? Or is it just the rats are jumping the sinking ship? What's going on here? What is going on? Or is it just because now it's going to be a corporation run by the great CEO, Meghan Markle, and they're kicking him out? Let's find out what's going on. What's going on with James Holt, their longtime advisor, stepping down from his role at Archewell. I don't even know what his role was. Maybe it was like fancy smancy something. I don't know. Whatever rich people do with their rich money, that's what he does. All right. Ooh, the star. Hope and healing. I heard something really interesting, that a lot of the people who have worked for Meghan and Harry, they've scrubbed it completely off their CV. And if you go to their LinkedIn profiles, there's not even one iota of recognition that they worked for Harry and Meghan. Isn't that interesting? Now, is that NDA or is that embarrassment? But this is hope and healing. This is wanting to be a star. This is trying to balance everything. See, it's also my Diana card, but I don't think it plays in this. I think this was a long time coming. I think he was really trying to balance things out. And in the background, it was a storm. And there he was in the front trying to balance the books, trying to get everything done. And in the background, he's dealing with this storm and trying to distract people, right? Two of Pentacles is trying to distract you so you don't notice the storm in the background, right? So this is somebody who drives a brand new Range Rover when all they have is crackers and peanut butter in their cupboard because they're trying to look like they're successful and wealthy. So something is going on here and balancing the books and distraction. And there, in the meantime, there's a huge storm going on. Knight of Wands. Meghan had a lot to do with this. She had a lot to do. She's my Knight of Wands is my Meghan card. What's the hope and healing? What's the star card? Or maybe Meghan wanted to be the star. Maybe she was always in there like a bull in a china shop trying to tell him how to do his job. Maybe in the background she's creating all kinds of stuff for him. You think if this is him trying to balance distractions and books and here's Meghan constantly coming in and stomping around and telling him what to do. And oh, you know what? We need some money for traveling because we're going to Nigeria. Oh, you know, Archewell is going to sponsor our trip to Colombia, right? This is also the travel card. That's why there's foreign lands here. And I think that could be part of it too. I think the star card. I'm going to say that he wanted to do a lot more with the foundation. Like, look, we have two here with foundation, and it was called Archwell Foundations, which made it the charity. And here you can see we got two cards with foundations. He's trying to juggle things. He's trying to, I want to say, heal the book somehow. He's trying to make everything look honky dory and fantastic. And, you know, here's the actual, I'm going to say, the structure of the charity. You know, and he was doing his best to do really well with it. But here comes Megan, and it just created so much distraction, made it difficult for him to work, juggle the books, according to my sources, right? According to my sources. I don't have to say allegedly he left, because that's actual fact. Why he left, the cards are trying to guess. So this is a guessing game. I think that he was doing his best to create this foundation. Perhaps he even thought he was walking into a foundation that provided hope and healing, show up, do good. And that's what he was working on. And he didn't realize there was actually somebody else who was working on a completely different idea. And I'm going to say he spent many nights, sleepless nights, hoping he doesn't get into trouble. Justice, there it is. I think I think he was worried about getting into trouble. I honestly do. I think he was, or he knows justice is coming, and he doesn't want to be any part of it. He's like, here come the IRS. Here they come. What's the underlying? Oh, this might turn into a war of words, a war of attacking with words. So perhaps they do find something amiss. I think Megan and will be the first one to blame James Holt, and James Holt will be the first one to blame Megan. I think we're going to see a bit of a media scramble here, a media fight, especially once Justice has a look at these books. I think we're going to see some interesting things. We got some big cards here on the table. The Chariot. And then again, the Five of Wands, the struggle. I think James Holt is thinking that he's out on a high note. You notice we don't have a lot of money on the table. So I don't know if money was a factor here. I think it's more Megan coming in and telling him what to do. Megan creating storms in the background. And also, there could be some attack with words here, both ways. And I think he thinks he's leaving out on a high note. If you think that this is him, right? He's in control of the foundation and whatnot. Another foundation, a card with foundation in it. So maybe he just could not get control of Harry and Meghan if you put them down here. Because there is a bit of a struggle. So he wanted to be the face of Archwell, and that's not what Meghan wanted. I wouldn't say his face. No, not that. He wanted to be like the CEO, CFO, whatever he was. He thought he was being brought in to control all of that. And apparently not. We have another two here, but Two of Swords. I think he should have made this decision a long time ago, but he didn't. And he's sitting on some secrets. He's sitting on some secrets and some contracts. I think once these contracts expire, I think we're going to see a completely different James Holt. Also, this Death card is telling me it's the end of Archwell. We got the divorce here. We got the Archwell, and perhaps he's more Team Harry than Team Meghan. I mean, They're both Brits, and right. And I think he's had a bit of enough of Megan here, because here's the Knight of Wands and here's the arguing with the Wands. I think he's had I think he's had enough. And I think this is some kind of contract. I think he should have made his decision long ago. I think he's sitting on some very valuable secrets. And I think we haven't heard the last of James Holt. We have not heard the last of James Holt. But I'm going to say that this has nothing to do with money, whether they could afford him or not. This has everything to do with Archwell closing down and him not wanting to move forward. But I think he might have some loose lips. I don't think we'll see it from him though. I think it'll be like the telephone game. He'll tell a few people who tell a few people who tell a few people. But yeah, he's sitting on some pretty good secrets. I don't think he'll personally tell them. Maybe because of the contract that he has, NDA obviously. Megan, that's one thing she does right, is she locks these up pretty tight. So I'm going to say though, there might be some kind of, he tells two people who tell two people who tell two people, and there's no way to trace it back to him. I think there might be something like that. Thank you very much for watching. Please take good care. See you online. Bye for now.